Hello and welcome to Midas Markets Daily News. Let's kick off your trading day with the latest financial news and market headlines.
Hi traders, this is Jason with the market update. The US dollar index hovered around 98.8 on Thursday and posted a strong weekly gain as faster US inflation linked to the Iran war strengthened expectations that the Federal Reserve may keep rates higher for longer or even raise rates again. Markets have now fully priced out a Fed rate cut this year. Investors are also watching Kevin Warsh, newly confirmed as Fed chair, and Trump's planned meeting with President Xi, which is expected to focus mainly on trade. WTI crude held steady around $97.80 per barrel on Thursday, pausing its recent rally as investors turned their attention to the upcoming meeting between President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. The talks are expected to focus more on trade than the Iran war, although Washington has increased pressure on Tehran through new sanctions tied to Iranian oil sales to China. Meanwhile, the EIA reported that crude and fuel flows through the Strait of Hormuz fell sharply in the first quarter. Gold fell below $4,700 on Thursday, extending losses for a second straight session as rising US inflation increased expectations that the Fed may keep rates higher for longer or even raise them again. April, wholesale inflation accelerated at the fastest pace since 2022, driven by higher trade and energy costs linked to the Iran war. While gold is often seen as an inflation hedge, higher interest rates tend to weigh on the non-yielding metal. Traders are also watching Trump's China visit and developments around Iran. Yen climbed above 158 on Thursday as the US dollar gained support from stronger inflation data, reinforcing expectations that the Federal Reserve may keep rates elevated or even hike again. The lack of decisive intervention from Japanese authorities also pressured sentiment, although traders remain alert after US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent expressed support for Tokyo's currency stabilization efforts. On the policy front, the Bank of Japan's April meeting summary showed officials discuss the possibility of another rate hike. The euro slipped below 1.17 as investors weighed stalled US, Iran talks and rising expectations for further European central bank rate hikes. Concerns over a fragile ceasefire and persistent inflation have pushed markets to price in 3 ECB hikes by year-end, with the first move in June seen as increasingly likely. ECB President Christine Lagarde said the central bank is ready to act quickly if needed, while Germany's wholesale prices rose at the fastest pace since early 2023.
We hope you enjoyed today's market outlook. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Remember to join us tomorrow morning for the freshest news.